Hello again, everyone. It's Vince Forer from TradingWinds.com, and this is our update for October 3rd, 2017. Let's take a quick look at today's markets. Well, today felt pretty much like a repeat of yesterday. Once again, we saw a nice move higher for U.S. equities, and once again, we saw not just trading at intraday highs, but actually finishing the day at intraday highs. The Dow finished higher by 84 points, while the S&P 500 was higher by 5.5. The NASDAQ finished higher as well. It gained 15 points, and the Russell gained another 2.5. And no matter, whether we're looking at the weekly, the daily, the monthly, just about anything has nice, strong momentum behind this move and showing no signs of slowing down at this point. Bonds today gaining slightly, up 12 cents here. It was lower earlier in the session and bounced. Gold has been under pressure, and that's mostly because of the talk surrounding higher interest rates. So the focus now for the week will shift to the Fed and the potential for additional rate hikes coming up before year end. We had a hint of that in the last Fed meeting. Tomorrow, we get the ADP employment report out, which usually gives us a heads up as to what will come from the actual employment situation report, which is due out on Friday. Also tomorrow, we hear Janet Yellen speak as well. So if there's more talk or more signs that a rate hike, an additional rate hike is coming by the end of the year, you should continue to see pressure on gold. I'm not convinced that this run is over. I think we could get a bounce from here, but we'll see after that employment report tomorrow, Friday, and also after hearing Janet Yellen speak as well. Crude today pulling back slightly. It was down 16 cents at the close, down a little further after that. Now, I often get asked the question, is it difficult or most people find it difficult, but is it possible to make money in the markets? And I will tell you that making money in the markets comes down to one simple question. Believe it or not, it really comes down to one simple question that you can ask yourself. The problem is that most people ask themselves the wrong question. And I'm going to use an IPO, a recent IPO, Roku here, that came out recently. That first day it opened, it was up like 68% in one day. It was a high flyer, and then it gapped and went all the way up to 29.80 after opening at 15.78, I believe the opening price was. So, it pretty much doubled in 2 days, and then since then has been just dropping. So what most traders do when they start out is ask themselves why. Why is this happening? If you try to answer that, you're going to be banging your head against the wall and you'll never figure it out. Everyone and their mother has an opinion, but it really all means nothing. The right question to ask yourself, and the only way you will ever make money in the markets, is to ask yourself what is happening. And if you can answer that question, you'll be able to consistently pull money out of the markets, okay? So what you need to do is understand what these candles, and whether you use candlesticks or open, high, low, close bars, it really doesn't matter. What you need to understand is what each bar is saying to you. It's really that simple. Then whether it's an IPO or not, it just comes down to the time frame. So here we obviously have, we don't have enough data to look at on the daily, but as I mentioned when this first was released, if you look at if you move the time frame down to 1 minute where there's plenty of data, now you can ask yourself that question. So here, let me add a bit more data to this. Let's go back 5 days here on the 1 minute. And here's where it started off, right? And just exploded higher. And then ever since it's been dropping back, right? What does it mean? If you read the candles bar by bar, let's take the most recent section. Here we are, we break down, we pull back, we get a reversal signal, and off we go. We pull up, we get a reversal signal, and off we go. It's a matter of reading candle by candle, and doing so, you will be able to tell not only who's winning the individual battles here, each bar, is it buyers or sellers, but you will know exactly who's firmly in control. After those first 2 days, sellers took control and they are still very much in control. And now it's just a matter of waiting for those pullbacks, spotting the reversal signal, and taking that trade. And whether it's to the short side or to the long side, whether you're trading Roku or Apple, for example, it really doesn't matter. Okay, so take a look at Apple here. You know, Apple's got more cash on hand than the GDP of most countries. All right, but you ask yourself, after a nice pop here, it consolidates and then suddenly it drops. If you ask yourself why, again, you're going to be banging your head against the wall. Ask yourself what is happening here, and it's clear that sellers have taken control. Momentum is significantly lower. We now get a bounce. There's your reversal signal, and off it goes. Very, very simple. So don't ask yourself why. Always ask yourself what. And the day you can answer that is the day you will start pulling money out of the markets consistently. And that's about it for now. Enjoy the rest of your day, and we will see you on our next update.